Sorry, my last video cut off, but going back to now, I'm going to share a little bit about a book, one of the books that I read of Warren's, and it's called Finding the Love of Your Life. And it just shares more about his beliefs and gives a little bit better insight to what he believes and his theory. So he says, strengths in relationships are a lot easier to spot than weaknesses or signs of impending failures. And he shares 7 points for a faulty mate selection. I'm just going to read through the list. 1 are people getting married too quickly. 2, not being the correct age. I don't fully agree with this because I think it just depends on the person. 3, he says that when one person is more eager to get married than the other. 4, choosing a mate to please someone else, whether it's your parent or the person who you're planning on marrying. 5, that you need, if you don't have broad experiences together, and by this I think he means you only know each other from school, so you only do homework together, you only go to class together, and those types of things. You need to learn more about your backgrounds and what you like and don't like, not just know a person from one place. 6, if you have unrealistic expectations. 7, there may be unaddressed personality or behavior issues, and so those things all need to be addressed in order for there to not be so that you can have a good partner or husband or wife. Those are things that you don't want to have in a relationship. And so he gets more into compatibility, and he talks about the view of that your future spouse, how sometimes you think you come together and it's fate and you just knew that you're supposed to be together. He argues and says that in your unconscious self, you are attracted to them because of ways that you're compatible, but that you don't really pick out, and you don't say, oh, we're really similar in this way when you first meet. So he shares a lot of these similarities and shares many clinical trials on them. And he says that when people come from similar backgrounds, they usually operate from a position of strength because they easily understand the other person and easily understand how they might react in certain situations because of they grew up in the same context or area, or their parents were similar and had similar beliefs. And so that's important. And it's okay if people do differ some, but there's similarity. He believes there should be more similarities than differences. So he believes that the similarities that are most critical to have in a relationship are including intelligence, values, interests, and expectations about your roles. While you and your partner may not be the same in all of these, it's important to work through them and try to understand them well. And so that was a lot of what he talked about, was just being compatible and seeing if you and your partner can actually work through relationships without tension. There will be tension, but he wants people to come together and really have an understanding of the other person. One thing that when critiquing his work, I really had a problem with, in a Christian setting, he would share all of his beliefs unfiltered, saying you have to be right before God, saying that you need to believe in Jesus Christ and pray, and he's the one who can help you. But a lot of times in his books or in eHarmony, it's okay that it's not for Christians, but he's not as upfront about his Christian convictions, meaning that, well, when I say that, I don't think he goes as far enough as to say those things. Like, if you're not a believer, you probably won't have a successful marriage because you don't believe in Christ and his grace and his redeeming love. So your marriage may struggle. But other than that, I think he has a really big impact on the secular world and dating relationships, whether you are entering a marriage or married already. He's contributed much to couples therapy, how to find a mate through research, and his study of compatibility. So that is basically it of what I had. You can go back through and look through my infographic and the worksheet that I'm posting. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys are doing well and finish the semester strong. Bye.